Because that is how a nation is built. When we have Buddhas in the boardroom, when we have Buddhas in the education system, I'm just trying to bring that same value through meditation. What motivates me is I want to create a revolution in integrative healthcare. I want to bring preventative and promotive health to the forefront. I want mental health to be a fundamental right, a right to peace, a right to happiness.
This is the 66th episode of Dream 100 Show with Acharya Ishan Shivanand ji, who is the founder of Yoga of Immortals. Welcome to Dream 100 Show, listener. I'm your host, Savita Hosamani. Each week, we interview today's most successful and inspiring business owners with winning teams who had the courage to chase their dreams in spite of all their challenges. Join us as we bring you everything that goes on in the minds of successful business owners during decision-making process and gain insights to make smarter decisions. In today's episode, we talk to Acharya Ishan Shivanand ji, who is the founder of Yoga of Immortals. He has devoted many years in deep transformative meditations and also immersed himself in modern medical research of healing sciences. His extensive work combined with ancient wisdom has led to immeasurable outcomes in the field of contemporary medicine, and he is a blessing to humanity. So let's hear it out from him as he takes out his time from his extremely tight schedule and shares few insights about his amazing journey of meditation and medication right here, right now on Dream 100 Show podcast. A very, very warm welcome to Acharya Shivanand ji as we get started. Welcome to the show, Acharya ji. First and foremost, I would like to understand how were you drawn towards this journey?
I didn't have a choice, madam. I was born in it. My father is the great Shiv Yogi saint, 21st of the lineage. His name is Dr. Avadhut Shivanand. I was born in his ashram in Rajasthan, Alwar. So the only thing that I was exposed to was this. So, it's like for the first 5, 6, 7, 8 years of my life, I only knew the ashram. I thought that is how life was, because my father was the guru of everybody and there were so many children, there were so many things. So that was my normal. Living a good life, eating organic food, being in an ashram and this and that. And then my mother, she is a very educated woman and she really wanted me to have some Western education. So I think I was about 10 or something that she said, oh, go learn, get into civilization. But as fate would have it, at around 15 or 16, I don't remember, I was a taekwondo player, I was a martial artist, and I loved extracurricular activities. I was good at studies also, but not because the education made me good, it's because the ashram made me good, and I was just exploiting the goodness that the ashram put in me. And I had to do a stunt, and in that stunt I broke my back. And my legs stopped working, and, and I found myself back in the ashram, So back to the pavilion. So Mahadev wanted me to come back to the mission that I had in life. So then when I came back, it was a thought process, it was a learning, it was a healing. And now the healing was different because I had a lot of exposure. I had exposure how people think, how people are and how things are. So then for 4 years I was again in the ashram. I healed myself, but this time I went to Lucknow. I wasn't in Rajasthan, and Lucknow then my guru trained me with more and more things. So after that I was in the ashram very, very happy. And then in the Shiv Yoga community, like in our lineage, you get married at 21. So when I became 21, I got married. And by this time I was in the ashram, I was very happy. That's the thing that happens with happiness. Wife happens. And then one day we are in the ashram and we are very happy, and then she said, what do you want to do in life? I said, I want to teach. And then she said, who's coming to the ashram to learn? And then I looked at the population that would come to the ashram. Generally people who had enough of life, who are fed up, they would come. Or the ones who are at the last leg, they would come. And we miss out on the doctors, the engineers, the teachers, the soldiers, the ones who really, really need this interventions. We miss out on them. And then, educated by my wife, I realized that I must, drop this spiritual ego, and I must come out, and I must teach, I must share. Just like Bhagwan Shankaracharya, he traveled as much as he could with whatever means he had, as much as all the great monks of the past have traveled. So I also started traveling and I started teaching. And in 2015, I started to travel abroad also, and I saw that my worldview changed, because I thought Indians are only in India. I went to Africa and I saw that, oh my God, हम में से कितनों को गन्ने कटाने लेके गए हैं. The whole country Mauritius was our people. So much of South Africa was our people. Fiji filled with our people. Trinidad, Tobago, other countries, Botswana, Mozambique, Kenya, our people. And not just our people. When I started working with our people abroad, I was exposed to other cultures as well, and I realized the problems are the same. And the problem is simple. People don't know how to deal with the exorbitant pressure modern life has put upon them. And when they look at the East, the marketing is done in such a manner, they think yoga. That is the solution, the intervention. But you look deeper at the yoga intervention that is provided, and it's only the asanas. Very few people were exploring the meditation, the cognitive, the beauty that lies in the Eastern culture, and that is the culture from which I came. And I realized that I must do more, because if people have a conflict and I have a resolution, then we must see that it can be implemented. So I started teaching, I started doing workshops, I started traveling more. But then I realized I'm very finite. I must take out this knowledge and I must make it into systems, because a person, he is limited, and you'll see this in our past. India has created many great gurus, many great movements, but maybe the guru is so much, they like it. They like being the guru. So the guru is never separated from the systems, the knowledge, the academia. So the moment the guru passes into the realm of divinity, the movement stops. It dies out. Or even if it doesn't die out, it extinguishes so much than what it could have been. And I realized that I must get rid of that ego, and I must create systems. I must get into academics, because I am limited. But the systems, the knowledge can be infinite. So in 2019, I was inspired by this thought, and I started doing research, and I started just putting all the knowledge that I received in the ashram into paper. I started making it into standard operating procedures. I started making it into structures. I started to, because what does it mean to follow the Sanatana Dharma? What does it mean to meditate? What does it mean to do sadhana? What does it mean to know the yoga of the self? Because we hear intelligent people talk intelligent things, but then again, what's the intervention? What the hell am I supposed to do when I go back home? And 99% of the time when I go back home, the intervention that's provided is asana. Where does the meditation come into place? Where does the sadhana come into place? So then I thought we must create research-based magnum opuses. So then we started, and we have been conducting research since 2019, and till now we have published 6 papers in the top scientific psychological journals of the world, and our researches are still continuing, and now we are exploring other opportunities in India. Till now our research has been subjective, but now we are very grateful, because now we are getting to have objective research capabilities where we would be able to see the benefits that these modalities bring into people's cardiovascular health, neurological health, cellular health, etc., etc. So tangible and intangible measures both. And once we have that, we have the data, then it's very easy to implement. Because even with the subjective measures, we are able to implement that data, that research, these sciences, these protocols into the top medical institutes of the world. We were able to implement it into the HCP environment, HCW environment, the healthcare workers, professionals, the hospice environment, the palliative care environment, the chronic care environment. We were able to implement it into the corporate setting. We worked with the top tech companies of the world. We worked with STEM students, science, engineering, technology, mathematics, and I realized that it's not like children don't want to meditate. There's no structure. If you put faith, belief, and all these things on top and system in the bottom, then of course the child will say, when I have to open my Apple iPhone, I don't have to say, oh, Steve Jobs, Devata, please let my Apple iPhone open, then only it will happen. It's not like that. Faith comes later. That I believe in the product later. And if we start with faith, that's where things get a bit confusing for young people. And because I'm young myself, then I wanted the structures. And once we implemented them and the children could see that there were results, then they automatically are the most faithful generation I've seen. Look at my generation. We are so faithful to Marvel. We are so faithful to Apple, Samsung. We are the so much faithful generation I think ancient generations have not seen. We are so faithful to the ecosystems that we create that we are ready to fight for it. And now I'm just trying to bring that same value through meditation. So coming back to your question, what motivates me? What motivates me is I want to create a revolution in integrative healthcare. I want to bring preventative and promotive health to the forefront. I want mental health to be a fundamental right. A right to peace, a right to happiness. Because if we have rights to food, water, etc., etc., of course we work 20 hours a day for what? If we can't be happy when we go back home.
Absolutely. So here I have a question.
Of course, madam.
When you said that you want to bring this preventive techniques, so didn't you receive a lot of objection from the pharma companies, because they are the ones who want people to be still addicted to medicine? So when meditation comes in, and since you are reaching out in a big way, don't you anticipate a lot of objection?
We are biased. We are talking about one or two pharma companies, the worst ones. That is what you are quoting right now. Why are we quoting the worst ones? And of course the worst ones will always say, why you are saying just pharma companies? There are so many people who will have objections. But I don't care about the ones who do, because there are pharma companies, there are healthcare professionals who have no objections, because they have seen their patients fail again and again, and they don't want that to happen. There are good doctors, there are good physicians, there are good pharma companies who do believe in an integrative approach. Because you have to understand, what we saw during COVID was a systems failure. When the system gets overwhelmed, then nobody wins. Not even the pharma companies, not even the healthcare professionals. And what is a pharma company if the healthcare physician gets burned out? So if the system collapse happens, if you just overwhelm the system, nobody is winning. And they are understanding that. If you look at United States right now, Kaiser has made app-based meditation interventions as part of insurance. Imagine that. Insurance companies are making app-based meditation interventions as prescriptive solutions for mental health. So if insurance is making strides in this, and then, because our mind says, oh, insurance wants to make money. No, they don't. They understand that you make money till a point. After that, it's a systems collapse. Nobody wants that. Mm-hmm. So this is happening. Pharmaceutical intervention exists, yes, but non-pharmaceutical is extremely necessary. For severe cases, I don't deny, of course, Pharmaceutical intervention is definitely necessary. But as a lifestyle, we cannot rely on just the prescriptive, in fact, over-prescribed solutions. We have to have some solutions that are better, that actually increase the quality of life. And that is what meditation does. And if you ask me, ma'am, I've only seen people with open arms waiting to celebrate such modalities. I think maybe because they are research-based, they are not opinionated. And they were waiting for something like that, something that's a system, something that's non-theological, something that's non-invasive, something that's non-pharmaceutical, something that has a standard operating procedure, something that's been well researched upon, something that has shown to help people with chronic dilemmas. So if we have something like that, then why not? Everybody is happy. Physicians are not evil, ma'am. They are very nice people. They are very good people. They're like you and me, and they want the best for themselves, their patients, and their institutions. That's my experiences.
Wow, awesome. I was just trying to understand the other side of it. Okay, now coming back to the meditation module that you have is called as the Yoga of Immortals. So if one has to start this journey of Yoga of Immortals, so how does one start? Because now if at all you see, of course, because India has got rich wisdom, and there is a lot of ancient wisdom. So there are different kinds of yoga when it comes to Patanjali yoga, Iyengar yoga. We keep listening to a lot of yogas. So if people are given too many things which is laid out, so how do they pick up what
First
is
of all, ma'am, Patanjali was a great master who gave philosophy, sutras, and he gave sciences. People who say Patanjali, are they actually following? Are they actually reading? You know, you have to understand there's a brand name and then there is a real intervention. Many times people like to use words like holistic and wellness. For God's sake, I was looking at a place in California and they were selling holistic hamburgers. And I'm thinking, what the hell is a holistic hamburger? It's just marketing. So just by saying Patanjali, you don't really know Patanjali. And I don't like this because these are my ancestors. They are great scientists. They spend their lives to create knowledges that has far yet to be surpassed. If I've read Western philosophy, I've read Nietzsche, I've read Descartes, I've read Plato, Socrates, nothing compared to what Abhinav Gupta has done, what Patanjali has done, what Basveswar has done, what Tirumala has done. These are great people. And I'm trying to bring their philosophies back into the academics. So I don't know what is happening outside, but I do know what I am trying to do. And I'm trying to bring back that academics into the Eastern spiritualities. Otherwise, it's nothing. It's just brand name. You just keep on rebranding the same thing that somebody made in the 50s. And we do this because I was doing research with my colleague here and we were director of this institute and we had to make this whole course model and we were just looking. Each course after course after course. It was like, you have a Kit Kat, you put first a sticker of Cadbury, then you put sticker of Nestle, then you put sticker of something else. It's the same thing. It's a sticker. They keep on removing the sticker. The real knowledge, it doesn't come. So a lot of the things that you are mentioning, it is an illusion of choice. Is no choice. After, if you have real time, go everywhere and you will be like, it is the same thing. So it's an illusion of choice. And what we are trying to bring back is that humility, that curiosity, that ability to question, that ability of academics, that ability of science. So coming back to your question, till now we have only implemented YOI institutionally with various institutions. We work with their LMSs, we make the systems for them and then we do system implementation through them. And now we are trying to do the same with the YOI to find the right institutions through which, because we don't just, it's so easy to have a product and then market it. I am a little bit of a celebrity myself, It's so easy to just go out there and sell the next best thing. But that's not our objective. Our objective is to get it into healthcare, to get it into education, to give it at low cost to no cost where it is necessary, so that people who are most vulnerable can have access to it. Because see, if today I start teaching in this pandal, you think a rickshawala will stop his rickshaw and 3 days he will sit there? You think a teacher who's working 9 to 5 will leave everything and sit there? And if even she sits there, even if she's inspired by me, then she'll leave everything and she will come. And I don't like that. I don't like that setup. I don't want people to leave their houses, families, jobs, education and come sit in the ashram. That is not how a nation is built. I want people to take my meditations and go back to their families, their educations, their jobs. Because that is how a nation is built. When we have Buddhas in the boardroom, when we have Buddhas in the education system. And that is what I'm trying to do, to get these interventions to the right places. And I just, after a long time, I just came back to India a few months ago. We made a lot of strides. I see we have very good governments right now. Our health minister, Mr. Mansukh, he is a doctor and he is very much attuned. I was blown away by the intelligence that man was talking about, and he knew about all the problems that people are facing. He was aware about the solutions. He was alert about the research that we were doing and all the other people that we were doing, and he's taking care of 1 billion people. So I was very excited and motivated that yes, finally we have some people at the right places who can make these changes happen. So we are trying our level best, ma'am. And very soon coming to a government school near you, coming to a local hospital near you, and all the right places. Till that time, we are exploring, and I hope to succeed in my mission. My mission is to make meditation accessible. I am saying that meditation should be a part of your life. We have to be aware of occupational safety and hazards. Today's life is filled with hazards. If you are working on a construction site, you're supposed to wear hard hat and steel toe shoes because it's an occupational safety standard. Today we know that if you have a tech job, you're prone to stress, burnout much more than a normal person. We know physicians are prone to stress, burnout, yet we send our children to this occupation that is filled with occupational hazards. But because they are mental hazards, we try to brush them under the rug. If they were physical hazards, we would be giving them steel toe shoes and hard hats. So I'm just saying that if our work is filled with mental health hazards, then shouldn't our work institutionalize mental health solutions?
Definitely.
That is what I'm saying, ma'am. I'm not saying work mindfully and all, because again, that's a Western concept. How the hell do you work mindfully? You either work or you are mindful. It's like guilt tripping somebody. Why you want to do that? That, oh, you're not working mindfully. It's like, I am better than you, you are lower than me, and now people are using this as a sort of status. I was at this place, and at Stanford I had this new guy, and he teaches people how to mindfully fire people. What the hell is wrong with you? You are firing somebody, have a respect. But it's like oh, I'm so elite, I'm mindfully firing you. What is mindfully firing? You are taking away somebody's livelihood. You are taking away somebody's job. He doesn't have money to feed his children, but you are mindfully firing. It is toxic positivity. And I don't like when all these corporates, they like to do this wellness theater. And that's what I call it. Some of the companies I was working with, they would say, hey, could you please come and do a 1-hour session for World Mental Health Day or this and that. I said, what will that do? Give me a chance. Let me make a system. Let me get it there. So that your vulnerable employees, whenever they need it, they have access to it. Let them have the training. Let it have a 1 month, 2 month intervention that is introduced into the work environment. No. 1 hour theater. And I said, I'm not a monkey that I will jump and do theater for you. So I wanted to work for serious people who were serious about their mental health. And I was very happy when I got an opportunity to work with people like Google. They were very serious at that time. And some other companies, I can't name their names, but they were very serious. That yes, we want mental health for our employees. And again, it's not work mindful. It's not toxic positivity. It's work At the same time, be introduced to that time when you can work on yourself as well. Yes, ma'am.
So how does it empower an individual? Let's say if a person practices for 3 months, 6 months, and a period of 1 year.
For life.
And when they feel that, we know human tendency is like this. After people experience something nice, few of them after a period of time, they get fascinated by other things and slowly they drop doing meditation. So if somebody drops it and then again when there is an issue they come and pick it up.
See, now it's a moral question. Do you Tinder or do you marry? So who am I to say? Do you want to commit to something that's helping you, or do you want to swipe right, left? Because the fads will come. Of course, fads will come. There was Atkins diets as a fad. This was a fad. Keto is a fad. In the same way, gurus are a fad. Yogas are a fad. I understand it. It's a social need. All the celebrities go somewhere. Everybody is going, and it's nice. Follow that if that gives you happiness. But be very serious about your mental health. And if you feel that wherever you are going, that's not the intervention that's helping you, I'm not saying don't stop, enjoy, because social needs, why not? Dancing, that all that happens. You go to disco and dance. Why not go to some spiritual place and dance? It is again a form of creating joy. But then again, if there are actual tangible parameters that you want to work upon, always ask yourself a question. Am I numbing myself or I am helping myself? People can use spirituality as numbing. People can use listening to gurus as numbing. My problem is still there, my issue is still there, my anxiety is still there, my depression is still there, my insomnia is still there, but I'm numbing myself. What's the difference between alcohol then? Because that is, you're using it for numbing. Is it real relaxation? And how do you know something is numbing or relaxation? Is because if it's numbing, and then the dosage has to increase. If the dosage stops, you come out feeling withdrawal and shitty. All these things happen. In the end, it is not great for your ultimate good. Your life opportunities keep on reducing till only one thing is left. And people who end up walking the path of spirituality, and that's it. That's the only thing. They become a one-trick pony. But I come from a culture of the real ancestors of Sanatan Dharma. They talked about 200% life. They were warriors. They were kings. They were great family men. They never told you to be a one-trick pony. They taught you, they gave you the tools, they treated you if there was a need, and they gave you the first aid, the mental cognitive first aid if life was going to be stressful. And then you take that and then you go back. So the question that contemplation people have to do. Because yes, Tinder can give you joy, but maybe not fulfillment. I don't know. I've never done it. I got married at 21. Tinder was launched way later. But if that's your attitude towards mental health and wellness, definitely I can have the hypothesis, it won't be that great. You won't be able to get maximum out of it. And if something's working for you, then commit to it. And that any person will say, in any field, you ask a healthy person, they don't jump fads. You ask a marathon runner, you ask an elite sportsman, they don't jump and get on the latest fad. They have their systems and they go back to them. You ask Mike Tyson, he has his systems, he's developed his systems. Yes, he may stray from them, but when he'll come, he won't jump that, let me try Taibo, let me try TRX, let me try something, He knows his systems, he knows the tried and tested skipping, running, whatever, I don't box, I don't know. And that's what I'm saying. Have those systems, stray, that's natural, but then come back to them.
Awesome. If one starts on this path of meditation, so at one point of time they start questioning themselves that am I on the right track, and how do I actually reach the highest realm of nirvana. So what are your thoughts about it?
That happens all the time. You do question yourself, but then there are times in life when you feel weak, you feel stress, but that's the way life is. I'm not saying that after doing meditation, you will become like Joker from the Batman, that sadness happens and you go ha 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 ha. That's a psychopath. You still feel, and you feel, definitely you have a positive emotion and negative emotion, but with meditation you have tools to deal with the negative emotion and come out of them easily with less hangover of the negativity, but you will still get a feeling. It's not like you become senseless. There are sensibilities, and sometimes negative emotion can even act as a motivation. So yes, questioning will happen, but it doesn't matter. If you are serious, you are going towards your growth and you are not focusing on nirvana. Any serious seeker knows, one day at a time, one step at a time, one meditation at a time. And straight away, if your goal is nirvana, you are the saddest person in the world. Because it's like like you're trying to lose weight. If after every damn workout, a person stands on the weighing scale and says, oh my God, the weight didn't reduce. Oh my God, the weight didn't reduce. Then that same person would be closing his eyes. Oh my God, I'm not evolved. Oh my God, I don't see a halo. Oh my God, where are my wings? Oh my God, why have I not started farting rainbows? I'm just saying, it doesn't happen like that, does it? So it's always one day at a time, one step at a time. And if you are serious, then one day you'll just open your eyes and you'll see something beautiful in front of you. And isn't that the truth?
Yes.
You agree?
Yeah.
Yay, I'm so happy you agree, madam. So I think we'll stop now.
Yes.
It was a pleasure conversing with you. You are amazing. And my regards to all your listeners. Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much for your wonderful insights. I thank Acharya Ishan Shivanand ji from the bottom of my heart for sharing his pearls of wisdom, which will always be treasured. Here are my top 7 takeaways. My first takeaway: mental health is a fundamental right for peace and happiness. Second takeaway: a person can be limited, but systems and knowledge can be infinite. Third takeaway: integrated approach of medicine and meditation is the way forward. My fourth takeaway is: check out if choices are illusionary or they are real time. My fifth takeaway is: be serious about your mental health and also be aware of mental health occupational hazards. My sixth takeaway is: if something is working for you, stay committed to it. Seventh takeaway, last but not the least: meditation gives you tools to handle negative emotions. Thank you so much. Never lose out on an opportunity to learn about cultivating your inner strengths on Dream 100 Show. We strongly believe that life is just a play. We win some, we lose some, we miss some, and we mess with some. So enjoy your journey and play to the fullest. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Dream 100 Show. And now, make a smart decision of taking the next step towards building your trust and your dreams. Don't forget to subscribe to Dream 100 Show and leave a review on Apple Podcast. Share your biggest takeaways with us and follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. For more details, shoot an email to us. This is Savita signing off, and catch you soon in our next episode.